Alright, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters that's out there, onto the Israelite foreigners, from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Matter of fact, I'm going to start with this one instead. Revelations 11 and 4. Alright, check Revelations 11 and 3. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 days, clothed in sackcloth. Now, the 2 witnesses is not talking about 2 particular men. It's talking about out of the two kingdoms, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Those are the witnesses of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. Because when Yahushai, when he left, when he got crucified, he ripped the veil, and the veil in the temple represented the priesthood that was only for the Levites. But since the veil got ripped, it means all the tribes can do it. You know, all the tribes has prophets in there. Okay. And it would be clothed with sackcloth, meaning their garments is not going to look magnificent. It's not going to look spectacular. They're just going to put something on to go out there and prophesy. Okay? So these are the 2 the olive trees and the candlesticks standing before the Most High out of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. So the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai holds a great status with the Most High. Okay? The Lord has sent forth the prophets to save, to put people back in order, to be a representation of himself on earth. Okay, if any man will harm them, like the scripture says, in this manner they should be killed. This is why the elites can't function. They can't do certain things because the order is quite simple, and they do not want to cross that line. Though the Lord is going to push them to cross that line, and they will cross that line. Revelation 12 and 12 tells you that they will cross that line. They will take it there. But for us, we're not going to even go to that point. Because why? We are waiting for the Lord. Scripture says, Zephaniah 3 and 8, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, till I rise up to the prey. So when Yahushua give us the green light, then we'll rise up. But the Lord is going to put the spirit on his men to hold the line. And once this man crossed that line, once he crossed that boundary, then this will come out. Because we already burning them with our mouth. All right? Matter of fact, let me see if I can remember it. I believe it's Jeremiah. Let me get that one real quick. I'm trying to make this firewood. Now what? Jeremiah, I believe it's 8. I could be wrong. That's what I'm looking at here. Jeremiah 5 and 14. I'm wrong. I should have known better. Jeremiah 5 and 14. Wherefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, power of hosts, because ye speak these words, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, which we just read in Revelations the 11th chapter, right? The fire proceedeth out of their mouth. So when we know highways and byways, the things that come out our mouth is a cutter. It cuts people, which Hebrews 4 and 12. I'm gonna get that too. All right, but it's not only does it cut people, it burns them up. That's why they can't take the heat. That's why people, when they walk by the camp, what do? Majority of people could see you dead on. They pretend like you don't exist, because when the people come up, their sins are being revealed. They don't want to be revealed. That's what the scripture says in St. John's 1, and I believe it's 9. The people love darkness rather than light. So light came to the world, but man rather darkness than light, because we are shining on their wickedness. We're um uh bringing out their wickedness, okay? And they don't want that. And not only we bringing it out, we're burning them. So just like it says about the works, every man's work is gonna be tried by what? Fire. By this word, the same word that comes out of my mouth, I'm being tried with. And that's why I gotta be careful what I say. I gotta make sure I do the right thing, because this is a double-edged sword. But if I'm doing the right thing and I'm judging the people, I gotta make sure my thing is correct by the Lord. Okay? But it says, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. And that's what the Spirit of the Lord is doing, man. It's devouring the people, devouring these 2/3, man. All these other nations, they're being devoured by the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. This is the greatest thing that they did not want to see that's coming out. Okay? I'm going to read it again. It says, if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Why? Because of this particular scripture. Psalms 105:15. It says, saying, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. So this shows that the Lord's prophets hold a higher standard than any other Israelite citizens out there. And this is why the elites are very precautious before they come after us, because they know this particular thing is going to happen. As soon as they make that move, I'm going to repeat it again. I'm going to keep repeating it. As soon as the enemy comes to take us, they will be devoured. Why? Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to lift up his standard. And we could see it clear as day what's going to happen. Hebrews 11, he was 26. I could be wrong. Hebrews 11. Right. Hebrews 11 and I'm going to start at 36. Others had trial of cruel mockings, scourges, yea, moreover, of bonds of imprisonment. Talking about the prophets of old. These men that actually solidified their case. All right. They were stoned. They were sown asunder, cut up, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheep's skins. Precept to Revelations 11 tells you that they'll be wearing sackcloth. John the Baptist wear camel skin garment. All right. It says, and goat skins, being destitute, afflicted, tortured, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in the desert. So there's people you people out there, if we are the men of the Lord, you are not worthy to even have us in your presence. All right. This world, the world of Israel, the world, period, the people of the world, you don't know how much precious we are. And that's what the scriptures clearly tells you. A man of the Lord, roughly paraphrasing, is going to be more precious than fine gold of Ophir. All right. The cream of the crop, the best men of the best, the alpha male, the high value man is the man of the Lord. All right. A prophet. Okay. The elect, the helpers and so forth, they also go. They also stand in stature. But the top of the line is the prophets, man. Okay. Which the world's not worthy. It says they wandered in deserts, in mountains, in dens, in caves of the earth, and these all have obtained a good report through faith. Receive not promise, the Most High having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. So I just not read that. Really thought about it. It says that the Most High having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. So without the prophets, the rest of the nation of Israel could not be made perfect. All right, that shows you how great and significant the prophets of the Lord are in the sight of the Lord. The highest job of all jobs. Okay, I'm going back to Revelations and I'll end it off. Revelations 11 and 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over water to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. So what do you think is going to happen? And it's mainly talking about Moses and Elijah. Moses representing the Old Testament, or the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because Moses was a Levite, and Elijah, I believe he was an Ephraimite, represents the northern tribe, and they both have spiritual powers to do certain magnificent work. What do you think is going to happen to the men now? All right, and when the enemy comes, man, it says, when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that is sent out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. And that's what had led to slavery. But overall, the men of the Lord they're gonna have the power of the Lord to defend themselves. And I'm just gonna end it off on this. Isaiah 59:19, it says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy should come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And that standard shall be spiritual powers. The same powers that our forefathers willed at the time of at their present time is going to be done in these latter times. Because our enemy, he's built up. All right? And he's not worried about getting the average Israelite, which he already have. He's worrying about the elect. He's worrying about the prophets of the Lord. That's who he really wants to go after. So the Lord is going to lift up a standard. And that standard is spiritual power. The manipulation of, or the changing of elements. All right? By will. By will of the Lord is going to give us, Lord willing, I'm part of the elect, the know-how how to use the particular gift that's dwelling in. All right? To be able to fight off, to be able to escape, to be able to not be seen. And Yahushua said the things that he did, we're going to do far greater. All right? And all we got to do, matter of fact, I'm going to have to end it off on this. It's one of my favorites. Matthew 21 and 21. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, verily I say unto you, if you have faith and doubt not, you shall not only do this which is done to the fig tree, but also if ye shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. In all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.